Well guys, per usual, I'm still forgetting to film, but we are out here at Amarillo Dragway, the Flashlight Shootout, the first of 3 for the year. I've made 3 test passes so far. Forgot to film before every single one of those. Even forgot to turn the GoPro on for the first one. But we're here. My first race with the Quickdraw Dragtrigger actually installed. I'm super excited about that. My kids are here to watch me. It's a great day. The car has gone faster and faster every pass. Started off at right because that's obviously the better lane. Took it, left lane, took it again. And then we turned it up some more and it keeps doing everything we've asked of it. So I'm super excited and I can't wait to figure out first round. Driver's meeting is in about 30 minutes, I think. A little over, but it's a free entry small tire today, so I will be in small tire for all of probably 1 round, but it's a free test pass, so we'll take it. And then of course I'm running street car per usual. I'm super happy with this little 4.8. It's given me all it's got for sure. I'm super thankful. Per usual, that was about the extent of my recording. But let me go ahead and show y'all the first 3 test passes. As I said before, each one got faster. Super happy with my car on radials at Amarillo doing that. I also included a data overlay. I want to get a little bit more technical with some of this, so I thought that would be a good start. Here we go. So this first pass is essentially my yellow belly radial tune-up. We knew that the DA being a little bit worse would slow it down just a little bit, and we figured that'd be just enough to be good. So let me show you. Oh, and also, this very first pass, I forgot to turn on the GoPro. So that's the only one I don't have an in-car for, but I did still do the data overlay. Here it is. Okay, so that one, of course, went down pretty well. It pulled a little left at one point. 9 times out of 10, when the car pulls left, it's driver error. It is me. That's a bad habit I'm trying to get out of when my steering wheel used to not be straight, and it's become a bad habit. So we fixed that a while back, but trying to get through that. But otherwise, it looked like it could take power everywhere, and so that's what we did. We also decided that if right lane could take that pass, that was awesome, but right lane was the better lane at that point. So next pass number 2, is in the left lane with a little bit more power. So here's not only the outside of the car, but the in-car this time also with the data overlay. So at that point, super happy. That was the fastest I had been at Amarillo up to that pass. We were good, figured that pass is good to go. We know we can start there. But me being me, there was enough time for one more test pass. So I asked Jack if we could add some more power, and I mean, what would it hurt? Either it went or it didn't. We had a good starting tune, and then we could use the next one if it worked, and if not, go back to that. So here's pass number 3 with a little bit more power. So as you can see on the data overlay, it does show my boost a little bit more. It shows 29 pounds on that third pass. The car actually slowed down to the 60 foot by 0.02, but it also picked up to the 330. So overall, that pass was 0.03 faster than the pass before, which was, of course, a new personal best out at Amarillo for me. And I was super excited and super confident heading into first round. Let's go to the driver's meeting. Say hi. So I didn't film the driver's meeting. I need to get better at this filming thing. We're getting there. Baby steps. But so I ended up pulling Megan Dickinson. We're all part of one big group, so we've raced together for a while. It sucked to pull her first round. It always sucks to pull someone you know, especially first round. But that was the draw. So we knew leading up to this weekend there was pretty high rain chances, and we were fighting through all of it. We actually had to stop, or they stopped racing for a little bit before first round, and we were waiting. That was a little nerve-wracking. I was a little nervous just because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was doing good all day, and now I'm like, is the track going to be the same? But we were happy with it. Also, to add to that, of course, traction control doesn't like help you go any faster, but it'll stop you, or it can stop you if it catches it soon enough from like completely having to get out of it. And my traction control was still MIA at that point. We were still trying to get that set up and figured out. So I was a little extra nervous that most people have that extra stuff, and I was like, okay, it's just me. I can do this though. But they got the track ready, it quit sprinkling, and we were on to actually running first round. So let me show y'all that. So I was super happy, of course, to make it past first round. And then we were on to getting ready for first round of free entry small tire. Unfortunately, when we're in the stage for small tire, that's when the rain finally was done. That was it. It was coming. There was no putting it off. It seemed like it was going to be pretty severe. It was already hailing like just a few miles from the track. So we all like turned around and rushed to load up all the cars. There was 10 street cars to begin with, so we were down to 5, and the 5 that we were down to was, it just would have been fun to run it out. It was a really close 5 as far as I know. There was one that I knew was probably a ways from the rest of us, but otherwise it was really close, and it would have been interesting to see it all play out. But you win some, you lose some on the rain. There's been so many rainouts lately that at least we got to go out there and make some passes, learn the radials on that track, and be ready for the next time we go out there. That last pass, though, on the data overlay, you can see it hit 30 pounds. It's like I said, I'd never seen it hit 29 before, so it hitting 30 was pretty exciting. The 4.8 was doing everything that I wanted it to at that point. That poor little engine, but super happy with it. Super happy with all the data that we got from being out there. I'm ready to run some more races out there this year. We've gotten some really good data from Yellow Belly too. It's been a really good season so far, so I'm ready to see what the rest of the season holds. Also, to add a little bit more to the setup on the car while we were out there, I actually, like, when I'm on good radio tracks, I take like all the weight I can out, and at that point the car weighs 3,460 pounds is what it said at XRP. That's with like half a tank or less of the fuel cell filled, and then I had the extra battery out and I had no weight in the back. Well, at Amarillo, I added the extra battery, 50 pounds, and filled the fuel cell completely up, and that had me at like 3580. It's a little crazy for the car to be that heavy. Pretty hard on it. We also noticed that the tire is moving a little bit, so I'll insert that slow-mo, post it on Facebook also, but it's really fascinating to me. I'm currently looking into that to see what we need to do to get that fixed. But the car being a heavy girl and still doing what she's doing makes me really happy. I think horsepower-wise, I was around 1,200 while I was out there, so it's nice to see the 4.8 do that consistently. I don't know how long it'll do that consistently, but we're happy with what it's doing for now. And of course, as always, big thank you to all my sponsors. They're the reason why I'm out there doing what I'm doing. A lot of the parts I've been helped out with, and I'm super thankful for all of that. I couldn't do what I'm doing without them. I have some really neat parts on the car. The biggest one of that outing that was neat to me was my Quickdraw Dragtrigger, which I have a previous video that I did on how it works, but you can see me working it in the video. Click up, turns on, and then of course you bump, wait for the light, and then click the trigger. And I just respond so much faster. My reaction time is so much faster clicking the trigger than it is releasing the button. So I was super happy with how that worked. I apparently like to stay super happy a million times, but anyways, the trigger was a big reason for why I was faster on the flashlight than I have been in a long time. I was faster on the Pro Tree during testing the entire time, so the trigger definitely speaks for itself, and I can't wait to continue to use it and continue to get more comfortable with it. But yeah, that's it for the flashlight shootout in May at Amarillo Dragway. I'll hopefully be back out there for the next flashlight shootout in July. And stay tuned for my next video on my win at Hobbs for the back half cash days. That was super fun too, so stay tuned.